Hello YouTube, it's Borders and I am back with another video. Now this one is a little bit different, as recently in the Transformers YouTube community or the TFYTC Facebook group, I had asked members to post pictures of their collection displays. And I said that I would do a video putting all those pictures together. However, the response has been quite overwhelming and many of the posters did have various pictures. I thought I could only really do it justice by splitting this into a three-part video series, if you will. And the people's collections you'll see in this video include people such as Arrowfyre, Ben's Collectibles, Paul from Transformers the Show, and many more. Some people you probably already know in the Transformers community, and other people you don't. If you would like to add to that thread, I'll post a link for the thread in the description below. And of course, if any of the people that are showcasing their collection in this video do have a YouTube page, you'll find that link in the description as well. Thank you very much for watching this video, and let's show off these amazing collections. Starting off with Arrowfyre, we can see he's went for the classic MP3P scaled collection here in those Detolf cases, and it's a lovely mix of how things have been displayed. I love that variety he's put into it, although there's a few non-MP style figures in there, and particularly we can see Combiner Wars Devastator using that third party upgrade kit. And there's some lovely gems from third party companies such as the Gigapower Dinobots, Fan Toys, Silverbolt, and of course my favourite masterpiece Ultra Magnus right at the back there on the top right hand shelf. But on the very top, and I think he's a brave man for doing this with glass display cabinets, we do see Zeta Toys Superion, the metallic version, which is lovely, and he's reviewed on his channel, as well as Titans, Scorponok and Fortress Maximus, along with a few other bits and bobs, TFYTC, TFC, Terracons, and also some Kang toys, Predacons there as well. And on the second picture he sent, there's a bit of a mix here, but it is mostly IDW designs from Mastermind Creations, but we do see Make Toys Chrome Dome in there, or Capola, and the cute Chitty SD Omega Supreme, and there's a little bit of Generations hidden there with Kingdom Black Arachnia. And in the third picture we've got the fantastic Commander class Jetfire and Skylinks, along with Thrilling 30 Rhinox, which is a really cool figure, although I think it's a bit dated now in my opinion, and KFC Transistor or Blaster, and we also have the Chibi style SD Triptychon. Of course, on his own from Arrowfyre is the fantastic Zeta Toys Bruticus, and that does look lovely in those metallic colours. And then lastly we get a close-up shot of that Detolf, showing off a little bit of a different display flavour there and tidies things up a little bit. A nice collection from Arrowfyre. And secondly, we have pictures from Ben's Collectibles. Now you can see he does have quite a mix here. He has a mix of Power Rangers or Super Sentai, and the lovely glass display cabinets, again probably more IKEA Detolfs, it might not be, but it's close enough. But then he has the classic cube shelves as well, showing off a mix of Masterpiece Transformers, some Armada in there, as well as just a mix of Generations figures. It's a nice little setup he definitely has. And there in the second picture we get a more clear look at his display, and you can see again it is just a lovely mix of all generations, of all styles and all scales. You can see he's got that lovely Hasbro Pulse box in there as well, that fantastic press kit that he received. It's a nice and cool setup he has. And there he is in the third picture, just photobombing his collection. But you can see in the background we've got some combiners on the very top shelf there. Some lovely hanging figures as well from the ceiling. He's definitely a more braver man than I when it comes to displaying his collection. This picture is from TFYTC member Bill Ledson, and it's a very different way to store and display your figures, absolutely. But in the post he mentions this is how it was for him when he was a child, and I assume for a lot of us when we were buying figures or getting figures bought for us at Christmas and things, they would be going into sort of storage places such as toy boxes and under the bed, and I think it's a really unique way to display your Transformers, but also it does reflect a bit of childhood nostalgia as well. Here is TFYTC member Dave Awful's collection, and it's a lovely mix of Transformers in those fantastic Detolf style displays, a lovely mix of figures. Not only is it Masterpiece, but you've also got some Generations in there, as well as Mastermind Creation figures. On the top shelf we've got Titan Scorponok, that is the Warbotron Bruticus, and I think that's Generation Toys Devastator, but I could be wrong. That could even be the Make Toys version that came out years ago. But he also obviously collects other things, such as we've got some Lego Star Wars figures there, some Star Wars Black Series, as well as some die-cast cars and Lego cars, that sort of premium range that Lego does. It's a nice, cool display, and I do love that brickwork. It adds to the charm of the overall display. Next up we have the Rejecticon member Enewtabie's collection, and you can see he's gave the figures some lovely space and a nice black display setup here in this picture, and really lets him breathe. And you can see it's not only Transformers that he has there, he's also got a bit of Masters of the Universe Revelations, and it's a mix of Transformers from Generations to Third Party, and it's a really cool setup. Of course there's a lovely bit of G.I. Joe there as well. And in the second photo we're going for a mostly Masterpiece scale focus display here, and some lovely white cabinets with some boxed figures from not only Transformers but Star Wars as well. Very cool. And lastly, he's just giving us a better look at his Star Wars collection here in the picture, as well as some lovely Generations Transformers at the very top of the shelves. Really cool display, and a nice use of black and white when it comes to the display shelving. And from TFYTC member James Hughes, we have a lovely collection here. I don't know if it's the type of lens he's using or if that's how his wall is, but my goodness, it really does show off his collection magnificently. I always do love white shelving. I think it really makes the figures on the shelf pop, and you can see he's got a mix of third party and official figures here in various scales. We have the fantastic and hard to get Generations Metroplex in the very top shelf there, alongside Omega Supreme, and that does look like the Jujet Superion, as well as some other combiners, and of course Skylynx is in there. And just looking at that display, it's a lovely mix, and again the figures do have enough room to breathe. It's not overly cramped, but it's still very cool. A nice fantastic display, and I do love the wallpaper in the background as well. The final collection to be shown in this video is from another James. This is James Kennedy, who recently had his own man cave built, and he's put it to good use here with some lovely Transformers spanning across various decades. We can see some G1.5 figures up there, some Generation 1 figures in the very top shelf, as well as some fantastic figures from the Generations line. Of course we do have Uma Thurman there from Kill Bill. Inspector Gadget, I believe that's from the Burger King or McDonald's Build-A-Figure set. And I can also see a Predaking Devastator at the bottom, and I'm sure I sold James at least one limb for that X-Transbots Menasor. It's a very cool display from James here, and I love the way to end this video.